It's really important for us all to strive to work together because it's very much a symbiotic kind of industry.
We're with Merissa Himraj, CEO at Wavemaker SA, to chat a little bit about the upcoming Most Awards. She is, of course, a previous winner in 2021. Merissa won the Media Agency Legend Award. Can you take me through your feeling on the night?
It was an incredible achievement, but also just kind of a snapshot of everything that I'd done, and it was very surreal, but I loved it.
What has the Most Awards meant to you throughout the different phases of your career?
It's really important for us all to strive to work together because it's very much a symbiotic kind of industry. And I felt that the awards went from strength to strength. It grew every year in terms of category. I love that it's evolving as the landscape is evolving, and it's still relevant in my view. For me, it meant I knew who the best of the best was, I knew who to work with, but it helped maintain a really good standard of media owner agency relationships.
That Merissa that was curious about what these new awards were when they came out, what do you think she would think of the Merissa that sits before us today?
Wow. That's a tough question. I would say that she would be happily surprised. I think what is interesting for me now is just how much changed when we were in lockdown and what happened to those relationships, and then new people coming in over the period that we're in lockdown that maybe don't get the importance of those relationships. It really is kind of highlighting that these relationships stay with you from the time you start all the way through your career. So I think for me, if I were to tell my younger self something, is to just keep maintaining those relationships and continue. I'm not unhappy with the way things have ended up. I think we can do a lot more, and I'm looking forward to what that is.
We've caught you now in the midst of a very busy day, which is a usual day in the context of the work that you do. But as you reflect a little bit on your career, what are some of the highlights or things that you are really proud of that have sort of brought you to the point that you're at today?
I think I'm very lucky. I really do. I've got to work with the best people. I want to say it's not because it was me. These people are so open. They were such amazing mentors that this is the opportunity they afforded anybody. And for me, it's really important that I take that forward and make sure that I'm guiding the next generation, leading the future of our industry. And as much as being accessible and in the way that I was brought into this sort of career, exactly the same, I want to give that back. It's really important to me.
With all those different people that you've spoken about, you've obviously sort of taken different things from different people. Now you're in a position where you really have to put into action every day your own leadership style. And how would you describe that leadership style?
I think my leadership style is very direct. Sometimes a little bit too direct for some of my team, and get a little bit of a surprise because I'm just very black and white in my feedback. I like to think of myself as accessible and understanding, but with a very clear North Star of where we're going as an agency and what that should look like so that nobody's confused. And I want to make that, like, that sense of pride. I got it at every agency that I worked at. That's something that must continue. Like, you should be really happy to come to the place that you're working at. You should be very clear on why you turn up every day. And for me, that's, as a leader, if you don't set that tone, you're not leading your agency, you're not leading your company.
So it's such a refreshing sentiment to hear in an industry that really just feels like everything is falling apart all the time. On the night, there's going to be media owners and agencies, and some are going to win and some are going to lose. And what is the lesson either way?
I think it's important to be gracious when you win and not obnoxious. I think it's important to understand why you've won, but then don't rest on your laurels and keep looking to strive to improve the standard or maintain that lead if you're the leader in category. and think about all the things you're doing well. I think if you don't win, there's a lesson in that as well, in that it's not the end. And I think when you're not winning, stop looking at the competition as, well, here are all the things they're doing right, and start looking at like, well, what are we not doing? What can we improve? Because competition is there to benchmark against and to improve yourself. It's about a lot more deeper connection and understanding of what our clients want, what brands are doing, broader understanding of the industry. So I think for people that don't win on the night, you can be disappointed, but use it as the stepping stone for how we're going to be great.
How are we going to be great? Well, that's a great note to leave it on. That's Merissa Himraj there, who's the CEO of Wavemaker South Africa and also recipient in 2021 of the Media Agency Legend Award. And just a few minutes with her make it so apparent as to why she won that award when she did. Merissa, thank you so much.
My pleasure.